Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphaname. There will be chapters in this video if you care to jump around. Also, I will be releasing a members only video later today as a request by one of our esteemed members. Okay, let's begin here. So we're now bearing witness to the tokenization of land. I said that correctly. Things are beginning to move rapidly. We see the major push with CBDCs. We see a huge push for on-demand liquidity. The banks are getting deeply involved in running a vast amount of tests on the bank coins. We saw what happened with Algorand. Multitude of banks have come out in recent weeks talking about Algorand. We have a multitude of banks testing and getting prepped for on-demand liquidity to go online. We've seen with Hedera also. So there's so much happening. We have to stay privy and abreast to what's going on here. Now, this actually was a tweet from Ripple X. And Ripple X retweeted actually something from PeerSys Technology. Let me read this to you. And it goes as such. Excited to share that we just put into production the first of the hashtag National Land Registry, together with Agencia Tierras, and the support of @Ripple to register the first adjudication resolution in Colombia. Colombia is another country that I believe is going to do very well in the future. Remember, Coinbanks has built infrastructures in Colombia, but you know, Coinbanks works with Algorand. Algorand is deep in Central and South America, but I believe Colombia is setting itself up very, very well, in my humble opinion. So let's go to an article that elaborates a little bit further, just a little bit more. So here's an article on u.today, one of the absolute best websites. Check them out. They're doing a great job. And it goes as such. In a historic feat, Ripple partner PeerSys Technology, a Barcelona-based software development firm, has announced that it has put into production the first version of the National Land Registry to record the first adjudication resolution in Colombia on the XRPL. As reported by u.today, PeerSys Technology entered a deal with Colombian government to record and register land registry rights in Colombia. Property title searches are still a laborious, primarily paper-based process. It definitely is. My goodness. See, everything's becoming more streamlined. Easeability of use is going to be there now. This is really, really good. It says, this aims to significantly speed up property transactions by putting the registry on the blockchain, stimulating the local economy. It definitely is. I mean, as I said before, with the bank coins and all of these distributed ledger technologies, I mean the best of the best. When you're talking about like Hedera, you're talking XRPL, Stellar, Cello, Algorand, everyone benefits all at one time. There's never been anything like this before. And I'm very happy for the people in Colombia. Like some of the people I grew up with, some of my closest friends were from Colombia. Very, very good people. So I'm very happy to see this going on. Okay. Now, we've seen a tokenization of music recently on the XRPL, right? They have more coming. The tokenization of land now here. We have the tokenization of real estate. That's going to be coming, but we already see that on other of the bank coins, right? You have the advent of the tokenization of debt. You have securities. You know, they've been doing little things with securities, but they're definitely going to bring securities, and everything will be tokenized. Payroll. You have payroll that they're going to be rolling out on XRP, on the XRPL. That's going to be huge. We need and want that volume. We need and want that value, right? It definitely will take that price upward from where it is now. I think that's just logical. You have payroll also on Algorand. Let's not leave them out. They were the first, right? So they're setting up all of these infrastructures. And once everything is rolled out, what does it do to those prices? That's what people need to continue to ask themselves. Consider everything, and then you'll be able to come up with some numbers for yourself. Everyone has to make their own decisions when it comes to if they want to sell, at what price it's going to have, at what price they want to sell that particular asset. Maybe you hold on to it and you're just using that value from outright, Okay, a lot of people are going to do that, especially with a lot of the negative things that's happening with the fiat currencies of the world. And we still have to wait to see how that plays out, right? With the BRICS nations and everything that's been going on, we've been staying on top of that. But this is huge. There's been so many huge developments as of late. I'm very happy with what Ripple is doing, Algorand is doing, Hedera is doing, Quant is doing, VeChain. These companies have been moving at a rapid pace. They have not slowed down because there's a bloody market, because there's an economic downturn. And that's a great sign, because if they're doing this well right now, just imagine how much better they will be doing when everything is going up, when everything is much better, when there's much more money to be liquidated from these particular assets so they can put into developing even more projects that will bring in even more money. So this has been a very, very good development here. So now I want to just jump to another article here. And on this article, this is also from Ripple X, okay? And the title of this article is as such: Top tech leaders join Ripple's CBDC Innovate Challenge as judges. Now, why is this important? In my humble opinion, this is important because it gives you an insight into the major names that are either working with XRP and Ripple or are interested in working with XRP Ripple to some capacity. And as good as the technology is, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say they will be working with XRP and XRPL to a great capacity, but that's just my humble opinion. But listen to this list of names. Let's just scroll down here. So it says, to support developers in their requests to create CBDC applications, Ripple is honored to welcome a panel of industry experts as judges of the challenge. They are Stephanie Bello, Head of Partnerships and Strategic Alliances in Latin America and Caribbean, MasterCard. Oh, that money. I almost got a little too excited right there. I could feel the money like coursing through my veins. I can feel the victory right there. I'm just sharing my excitement. You don't have to be excited, all right? I respect it. I respect you. Jonathan Donovan, but MasterCard. Jonathan Donovan, Vice President of Product Development, Blockchain and Digital Assets, also from MasterCard. Oh, that money's going to be good. Daniel Aiden, Advisor and Solution Architect, BIS Innovation Hub. I told you, the Bank of International Settlements, they love us. And that's a good thing, because thank goodness we have them on our side. Because the IMF and the ECB have gone rogue so many times and flip-flopped so many times, but the Bank of International Settlements stands on their square. They keep their word. And thank goodness they are the most powerful bank, as they call them, the bank of all banks and all of that. But the BIS Innovation Hub is with us right here. We're going to win big time. But let's continue on. Alexi Grimm, Head of FinTech and Principal Advisor, Bank of Finland. Come in, Finland. Give me a hug. Give me a hug, Finland. I can't wait for that money to start flowing. Next name, Brianna Giotti, Director, Blockchain Technology Solutions, Digital Assets Innovations, PwC. Do you see the massive names coming when Ripple calls? Unbelievable time to be alive. Let's keep going. This list is unbelievable. I can't believe. I hope other people are going to cover this. Spread the word. Jennifer Lassiter. The implications alone are astounding. Jennifer Lassiter, Executive Director, the Digital Dollar Project. Brett Mullen, of course, this is a Technical Partner Director, Central Banks Ripple. Anastasia Rices, Director of International Financials, Worldwide Public Sector, Amazon Web Services. Thank you, Amazon Web Services, also for continuing to keep up that list of financial institutions that are using Ripple, because that has been a great reference for a lot of people just getting into XRP. We definitely have used that quite a few times on the channel here. Rajesh Sadhwani, Managing Director, Banking and Capital's DXC technology. Let's keep going. This is unbelievable. Nav Singh, head of EMEA Marketing and Communications, Banking and Capital Markets, DXC technology. Xiaoshen Zhang, global head of innovation and go-to market, Amazon Web Services. Oh man, we can't stop winning. Also to everyone out there, you know, Dajahao, Wawei Shuo, Itinar Zhangwen. So I speak a little bit of Mandarin. No Sekteng Yakti Guangdongwa, right? So I speak a little bit of Cantonese also. No Sekteng Yakti Guangdongwa. All right, so let's continue on here. I have the practice, I really do. You know, I love Mandarin, I love Cantonese. You know what I really just couldn't retain? Fuzhou. Fuzhounese, I love it. But when I learn it, I forget it so quickly. Maybe some of you, maybe one day, if there's people out there and you speak a little Fuzhou, you know, maybe you can help me out a little bit and we'll do some training or something like that. In future times, you know, once everything takes off, I'll be doing a lot of activities out there and, you know, getting into the community and such like that. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. It says Ripple's enterprise in the CBDC space, along with our existing partnerships with central banks around the world, allows us to encourage and better assist contestants in this exciting CBDC-focused challenge. We are going to dominate when it comes to CBDCs. They need our liquidity. They need the lack of pre-funding accounts, cross-border interbank payments. Every time I think about those interbank payments, oh man. Can you imagine? Well, let me just say this. Because we've had, what was like maybe 3 to 4 banks come out recently for Algorand. Algorand's being tested and such like that. We covered them in videos. People have done their research already. They downloaded the stuff, especially the Bank of Italy. You had the PDF. You downloaded the PDF, I'm pretty sure, just like I did. But just imagine, remember the volatility on Algorand last year, right? When it went parabolic a few times. That was from retail. Can you even imagine interbank payments? If we do a few interbank payments, not a few, but like if we take a modicum of interbank payments and it's flowing across Algorand, can you imagine where that price can go? This is why these assets are so explosive. You have to keep that in perspective, right? Okay, so now let's move on. I have so many articles. I want to try to actually get through a good amount of these articles today. And I just feel very excited. That's huge news. All of this I feel very good. In my humble opinion, this is very good. All right, let's go here. By the way, here's something random for you. Top 3 action movie stars. Look, I see a lot of people talking about this. I want to throw my humble thoughts in there. Top 3 action stars all time. That's actually kind of tough now that I think about it. Arnold Schwarzenegger for me is going to have to be number 1. All right. I would probably put Stallone number 2. And I would say a solid number 3. If I had to think about, let's say, if I had to consider Bruce Willis versus Wesley Snipes, Bruce Willis loses. In my humble opinion, Wesley had a lot of great movies. Passenger 57. So I'll probably put Wesley Snipes as number 3. You let me know what your lists are down below. You know, I'll respect your list, and I probably will go watch some movies from the people you recommend. Let's continue on here. So this is on the cryptobasic.com, right? They've been doing a great job over there. Okay, so the article goes as such. Well, the headline is, Ripple ranked 3rd among top 100 philanthropists in San Francisco Bay Area. This is very good. I'm glad that they're giving back. I want to see more of these blockchain companies, especially the ones claiming that they're people's coins, giving back to the people who have funded most of their projects. If you're liquidating those particular tokens to fund projects, okay, so give back to the people. I want to see these particular blockchains giving back to the urban environments, the suburban environments. If you're the people's coin, then get down there with the people. Let them know about these things so they can benefit from them right now. Why are you not doing that? So Ripple, they talk it, and as the youth would say, they walk it. And so I like this type of thing, and I'm glad that they're doing that. In my humble opinion, Ripple has been doing a great job. Algorand as well, Hedera, etc. Let's continue on to another article here, okay? Let's get just a little bit of an update. This is an update from the Stellar Development Foundation. It's their Q2 outline report. So let's just take a little bit take a little bit of a look at what they've been doing, what they've been up to, okay? It says our Q2 report outlines at what SDF has accomplished measured against the 3 building blocks. Highlights include first bullet point, smart contracts continue to be a high priority for SDF. Next bullet point, Protocol 19 went live on June 6th after validators voted for the upgrade. Protocol 19 changes were designed to facilitate the creation of payment channels, which are layer 2 protocols that support high throughput use cases. Next bullet point, this quarter MoneyGram International, in collaboration with the SDF, rolled out MoneyGram Access, a first of its kind global on and off ramp service for digital wallets to increase the utility of digital assets by creating a bridge between cash and cryptocurrencies. Now, I want to address something. I've seen a lot of individuals talking about the shortcomings of MoneyGram. You know, I understand looking at the negatives and the positives, but that's very different than holding on and grabbing on to the negatives and letting it drag you down mentally, physically, all right, in all different ways. Now, any type of shortcomings that MoneyGram had before, they're going to be shearing up and negating with the use of blockchain technologies. And this is why they're congealing with Stellar. It's going to improve MoneyGram. Now, Stellar can do, like, if Stellar really wanted to, Stellar, Lightnet, IBM, any of the entities that are building on the Stellar blockchain, which is highly decentralized, they don't need the legacy system. I want to make that clear. The legacy system needs Stellar, all right? So anytime we congeal with any of these entities, it's a benefit to them. Now, keep in mind, every transaction on Stellar is obviously you have to use lumens for transaction fees. So the more assets that are issued, the more entities that are using the Stellar blockchain, the better. The better. And every account must have a minimum of lumens. That's only the minimum. I believe that they will hold much more than that because they're going to want to profit from the technologies that they're using, in my humble opinion. And they're not going to want to miss out on that price. So then you have accounts being opened up everywhere in a multitude, in a very large amount, sorry about that, a very large amount, and they all must hold lumens. So what does it do to that price in the future when everything is up and running? So I just want to say that. Let me just put that out there. Next bullet point, it says, ever greater access to USDC on Stellar continues with exchanges Whitebit, CoinMe, and Mercado Bitcoin, now enabling deposit and withdrawal. So they've been doing some pretty good things. Next bullet point, leading fintech Novati announced it will launch an Australian dollar-backed stablecoin leveraging Stellar. AUDC will be integrated into Novati's existing suite of payment solutions. Sorry about that, I got a little tongue tie there. Next bullet point, SDF announced a new methodology to co-develop with a global consultancy to measure the environmental impact. We know all about the Green Initiative and traceability of carbon and things of that nature that they're going to be doing on the bank coins. And we also understand why they're going to be doing that. They have to come into oneness with the ideas and the agendas of the central banks and such that they're going to be working with, and a lot of the commercial banks that are supervised by the central banks, highly influenced entities, of course. So in order to work with them, you have to be on the same page with them. So that's what that's all about, in my humble opinion, which ensures that that money is going to be coming and there are no hindrances. We don't need any roadblocks, boulders, hindrances in our path whatsoever to getting to that money. Then once you have the money, you can do whatever you please with it. If you want to make your life better, you can do that. If you want to change the world, maybe you have an opportunity to do that. And that's what's important about this. The legacy system is going to try to take over crypto no matter what. They've been going against crypto and congealing with it and studying the technologies, trying to come up with their own, regardless of what anyone out there retail does. But here's the difference between letting them do that on their own and congealing with them, and you and I possibly, if everything goes according to plan, also not financial advice, if you and I come into generational wealth, then we can take the reins of power if we choose to. It's all about choice. So just keep that in mind. The people that are into this, if they remain, that's up to you. But the people who are deep into the bank coins, not even deep, the people who have the bank coins, they're giving themselves an opportunity to shoot to the top of those individuals who have wealth, riches, or power. And with that, then you can choose what it is that you want to do. I hope I said that in the right way. Sometimes I'm eloquent, sometimes I'm not. You know, we're all different on different days. I appreciate you being here with me through it all. You know, you're here with me at the high times, the low times. I greatly appreciate every single one of you out there. And also, I want to thank you for sending me messages, you know, conveying how you feel to me, or you know, something that you appreciate about the channel, because it encourages me to keep going and continue to do the channel. And that helps a lot. It does. So thank you so much, everyone out there, for supporting the channel. Let's continue on here. Okay, so we have a lot more articles to get to. So this is another XRP article. It is unbelievable how much information is coming out about XRP and Ripple. This is why it's very easy to cover them. They don't hide anything. You know, a lot of other blockchains are keeping very quiet. And so it can become difficult to find PDFs about them now, right? It's not like last year. Last year, there was a bounty of PDFs. This year, everything has been kept very quiet, all right? But not with Ripple, not with Algorand, not with Hedera. They're very outward. They're not fearful of the regulatory body, so they don't feel they need to hush up. Here's something else about XRP. Let's go here. This is on the cryptobasic.com. Leading blockchain company Ripple disclosed in its recent published Q2 2022 financial report that it has been buying back XRP off the secondary market. The blockchain company noted that the purpose of the XRP buyback initiative is to sell the acquired crypto asset to on-demand liquidity businesses. Haven't I been saying that all year when you see these massive amounts of XRP moving from one account to another? Some of them are anonymous. And I said that they are greasing or oiling the corridors for on-demand liquidity. A lot of that's going to happen. And I want to reiterate, I believe when everything is up and running, it will be very difficult to get your hands on some XRP. It will. Look at how many financial institutions have to use it. They're going to buy, I think is logical, everything in sight. And they will buy yours as well. You will go to sell if you do sell it. If you're not just converting it into like a stable coin or something like that, or however else you may use it, there's a bevy of ways to utilize that value, right? And liquidate that value. But if you sell yours, they're going to buy yours as well. And they're not going to wait, by the way. As soon as you... Anyway, I believe they're going to scoop up everything in sight as much as they can for the use of on-demand liquidity between the financial network that is the Ripple net, okay? And I think this is a perfect example. So they're buying up massive quantities already. That's an indicator of things to come. They start off small and it only grows from there. So this is my thinking when I see something like this. It says on-demand liquidity grew by 9x in the second quarter of 2022. Look at that exponential growth. Where does it go from here? Can you imagine in 2 to 3 years time? So we have these timelines that, you know, JP Morgan says 3 to 5 years. The Bank of International Settlements, what did they say? Did they say 4 to 5? It was something like 4 to 5. My subscribers out there, all of the members only and the subscribers out there, they know what the timelines were. They can put it down in the comment section. But I know for a fact, no, it was JP Morgan. Sorry about that. Now I'm recalling. JP Morgan said 2 to 3 years. And I said, wait, 2 to 3 years? I'll take the 3 years, but 2 years is too quick. That was their timeline for CBDCs to roll out. Then, well, in addition, the Bank of International Settlements is who said 3 to 5 years. Now I'm remembering. In their documents, that's factual. People downloaded them, okay? Ripple came out 2 to 3 months ago with a document. They said 4 years. And we just got another confirmation. But it's in that members only section. Click that little join button. Go to the community section after you click that little join button, right? And then you'll see the confirmation there. So we have these timelines. Can you imagine how much more growth on-demand liquidity would have had by the time 3 years has passed? What does it do to that money? Every little bit of on-demand liquidity growth that's more money that's going to be pouring into XRP, which you hold. That's mind-blowing. What does it do to that price? Raisito? I haven't done too many Raisitos in a long time, but I'm getting a little bit excited. Things are looking really good. Raisito. I like to have a little bit of fun from time to time. I'm different at different times. I think everybody's like that, right? Let's continue on here, man. I'm feeling really, really good. This is good. This is good. This is good news. It's been a good week for crypto news, man. It really has. I hope you guys are enjoying it like I am. Appreciate all of you out there. I want to say that every time I can. Every chance I get, I want to give you appreciation, just like the people around me. I'm trying to give them love and appreciation. You never know what's coming tomorrow. So here we're going to end off with Quant. All right. So it says here, this is from Andrew Carrier. This was a retweet from Quant. Oh, they have so many banks. Did you just see what they just did recently? They brought in more banks. It's unbelievable what Quant is moving at such a rapid pace. I don't understand how people think that price is not going to explode. They're constantly bringing in large financial institutions and banks. And there was an article I had here where they clarified that they were targeting banks. I wish I had that here. I don't know why I didn't keep that. Maybe we'll get to it at a later time. Let's cover this tweet here. It says the solutions at Quant Network provides are for, oh, here you go, another entity confirming what Quant is focused on. The solutions at Quant Network provides are for financial institutions and enterprises. Another bank coin, and I brought them into the bank coin family because when you have, it was over 500 banks. Now with this new addition, they're getting closer to 600 banks, right? It's from what I could count. Between SIA Partners, SIA Chain, never forget SIA Partners, SIA Chain, and then the recent, I can't remember the other company they just connected with, brought more banks. They're getting closer to 600 banks or large financial institutions. So when you have that many lined up to utilize your services, yes, you're a bank coin. In my humble opinion, you're a bank coin. But it's not for retail. None of these bank coins are for retail, which is why retail does not move their prices, not dramatically, not the flood and the tsunami that we're waiting for. That comes from the banks, and this is why I always have a good laugh in any of the comment sections that I peruse when people believe that the bank coin YouTubers or article writers could move the price at all. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Only the banks, large financial institutions, probably a lot of non-banking financial institutions will also utilize the networks. That's why I have to say that a lot of NBFIs will use these networks as well. They will. They want in on the technology and the money, right? But they are the ones that are going to move those prices. All right. Quant is an exception though, because it only has the 13 or 14 million coins total forever. So it's an exception. It can move. I'll say that. But it says Quant empowers 27 million developers to become certified blockchain specialists. Now, listen, in this article, if you get a chance to give it a read, it was great. This is from quant.network. OK, they said that right now there's only 1% of those 27 million developers actually working in blockchain. 1%. Can you imagine how big the bank coins will become as they increase on that percentage of developers? The future is bright. We're still at the beginning. This is another thing I like to reiterate. We're still early when it comes to the bank coins. I'm not talking about overall crypto. I don't have anything to do with that regular crypto. But the bank coins, we're still in early. Nothing has gone off yet. The systems are not set up yet. We still have 3 to 5 years, according to all the official sources on documentation. Okay, you have to put that out there, because if you don't say that it's an actual PDFs and transcripts, then people will say you're just saying that. No, absolutely not. We've all bear witness to the actual writings on the documents. Okay, we're still in early, and it is a great time to be alive, in my humble opinion. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.